Nikola $88.42 on 9th June. And as of this recording, we lost 54% of the stock value. Do you call this a crash? Do you call this a correction? Or do you call this Nikola chaos? We predicted it, and let's go into the vlog. If you would ask me, then maybe the Nikola stock was one of my most easiest predictions that I ever did on this channel. Now, $30 billion for a concept company or a marketing company or an outsource company or a Tesla clone to be, whatever you call Nikola, it was highly valued. Now, I said it before, it is not set at the current market timings that a stock cannot go forever on these levels, okay? We can have overvalued stocks because of the stimulus, because of the current market situation, because of Robinhood. There's so many factors that gives new companies out there such a great run, and therefore you need to be very, very careful as well. And I hope that you didn't bought Nikola at $60, $70, $80, $90 because it was, very speculative. Personally, I don't like this kind of speculative stocks. That's why I putting these warnings out there. However, let's dive into it. First of all, I want to show you the flashback in dramatic black and white from this 22nd of May 2020. IPO, especially when they are like in the future product business, like plant-based meat or space or electric cars, it can be quite hyped. We have seen similar things in NIO or now in Nikola Motors. You can see that the stock of the acquisition company is already gaining so much. If this is true, we see in a couple of weeks when Nikola will be officially listed as a public traded company with the merger completed, and I'm very curious how the stock will evolve. There's a huge risk, guys, that it just goes up and then also way down. If this is not enough, then also I have a second, more closer to the current date, flashback from June of last month. So have a look into this, also in black and white dramatic style. I think that Nikola, in this perspective, I know that the future is very important for the stock market, and the stock market is a tool to look into the future. But you cannot tell me that Nikola has the right valuation and the same valuation or almost the same valuation back for Tesla. They had already Model S running, supercharger network, gigafactories, 2 in the world. They had $20 billion in sales, guys, and they have a running energy business. So what we are talking here, the one for me is still a concept phase where we show some prototypes on some fancy stage. But let's dive into the stock right now. The stock performance of Nikola that you can find under the ticker NKLA, you see that in June, when the merger was done, the stock of the merger company and Nikola together, that is now traded under this ticker, went from $33.75 per share to $80, guys. And as you have seen before, and we're diving more closer to this date, the stock went even up to $90, so triple the amount, and it was valued around $30 billion, more than Ford. Even I don't like these comparisons, okay, because every company is different, every company is having a different approach, different future mechanisms working in the companies, like future sales, reservations, product, future lasting periods of the product itself, right? A diesel car or a combustion engine cars will not be so cool anymore in a couple of years, though electric or different energy contributed cars will maybe be the thing. Like we know it already from Tesla that, you know, this will be most probably the future. However, you see that this valuation, even for myself as growth or you know, innovation investor, was way too much, guys. Okay, so then the stock lost a little bit and we went to back to the 60 levels, and you see how much of a volatile stock this is, guys. If you invested into the 80 levels, you could lose already $20 on your $80, so a quarter of your investment. And then, you know, throughout the June, the stock went and almost gained it back before, you know, having the total crash in July. Now, obviously, there was some couple of news that we need to talk about, but before that, let's have a short stock chart analysis of Nikola. Okay, guys, here we have the chart of the beloved Nikola stock. So as you can see, you know, you barely can do a kind of proper analysis of the stock, but however, we will try that. As you can see, as of this recording, you know, the last trading day was minus 17%, and pre-market we have already 7% plus. Here you can see again that the stock is quite volatile, very volatile. But let us have a look. So actually, you know, here on Yahoo Finance you can draw what I always love to do is just to take the highest point recently versus the lowest point here, somewhere here, and then you can draw something here in the middle, and then you see when this is not really straight, but you know, approximately that we are here at 45 levels. So this could be over the next couple of weeks a kind of resistance line. I think that here you can see also pre-market we are reaching this levels 43, so somewhere here we will maybe start today, and then we might see something like this over the next couple of days, or a breakout, and then depending on the overall market we can go to higher levels. Other than that, you can't really make some trend lines here because it's, you know, it's such a young stock, and if we all the only thing what you can really do, if you just go into the 5-day chart, you can definitely, you know, see the overall trend and channel where it is trending. So in this kind of channel we are currently trading, and then you can see even when we go up to 43 levels, we are again exiting this this channel here. So overall you cannot really say what's happening with this stock over the next couple of weeks, but you can see that the overall trend right now is downwards. Other than that, you know, it was a couple of weeks in a more of very volatile area, and as you can see, you know, this is 62 seems to be like a resistance, where the stock also here back on the 1st of July, you know, tried to fight but lost the fight and then straight went down further. So 62 levels also a supporting line where the stock can either bounce against the back down, or if it's crossed, go a little bit higher. This is what you can get out of the stock right now, out of the chart here. So, you know, I'm not a big fan of that much technicals, but you need to understand a little bit of chart techniques if you're trading this stock on a day-to-day basis, or, you know, short term. Then you need to know, or you have to be aware of those trends and momentums that are going on. Currently I see that the momentum is definitely the downtrend over the next couple of days, but let us see. It's all depend how the traders are seeing the overall market, because this is definitely going direction with the overall market. If if we just can compare this with a much better stock, which in my personal opinion is Tesla here, so you will see that if we make Tesla red here, and then you see it's definitely doing actually the opposite what Tesla stock is doing. So while there was pretty close, going together up, even Nikola went higher up in terms of percentage than Tesla did here, but then about 30th of June, the both went totally different ways, even total opposite. As you can see here, the Tesla stock gained hugely, and then at the same day Nikola stock went down significantly, and here again a big drop also. So as you can see, it was the better choice to go with Tesla, as I said, on the 22nd or in June as well. Alright, this was enough of stock analysis and stock review. Let's dive into the topics that really matter. What is the future of Nikola and why it was the Tesla momentum that's brought the stock so much up? Now, if you're looking into the Tesla stock and Tesla company, they achieved so much in such a short time. Now, if you are looking for the next big thing, obviously you look also into the same industry. This is what people are looking at when they are so familiar with one topic that they think that they can apply just this 101 to the next company, which is not the case. Look, for example, to the 5 biggest companies in the S&P 500. You have software companies, you have consumer devices, you have an e-commerce giant, and you have a search engine, an advertising platform, and you have also a streaming giant like Netflix. So as you can see, there's so many different companies with Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google, and also Netflix. Totally different businesses, guys. And this is what I'm preaching always on this channel, and I hope I can transfer this message, and I will be gently doing this a million more times, the same million more times that I will ask you to absolutely smash that like button. So if you have done that, I highly appreciate this. And if you want to have even more than just the vlogs and the live streams that we will shortly continue on this channel, then make sure to press the join button where you can get access to our Discord channel or even one-on-one with me to talk about your portfolio. We can talk about trading ideas, stock ideas, and so on and so forth. So if you want to have this additional value, just click the join button below, check it out. Maybe it's the big value for you. Now let's dive finally into my thoughts about the future of Nikola. I believe that Nikola has so much things to prove. Now, there's 2 scenarios. Scenario number 1, they can actually prove things over the next couple of months that they can, establish infrastructure to produce these vehicles, that they can basically pull out the impossible, what they have in their business plans. And what they need for that? A lot of money. That's why the chairman of the board, Trevor Milton, is actually selling the stock, and there can be thousands of different options that why you are selling the stock. You might need the money, you want to take the money and reinvest into the business or whatsoever. There's different kind of ways. However, I can imagine a scenario where he actually have enough money to realize all these crazy concepts that are out there for Nikola. And then there is also the other scenario where the stock falls to a more of a realistic valuation, which I would say is somewhere around maybe $5 billion. So 1/3 of the company right now. Because yes, they have some reservations. Yes, they have some future business. And yes, they might go on this way and could be successful in the semi-truck business. But on the end of the day, you need to prove something, guys, okay? It's not possible to run a company just on concepts and nice pictures and nice future reservations and so on and so forth. As you can see, there is a lot of things to do for Nikola. And I believe that there could be 2 scenarios while they could really hold this kind of valuations for the next couple of weeks and months and gain some momentum and somehow, bridge the valuation from, let's say they stay at 15 billion and then bridge it until they have really the economy with it, like, selling the first cars, bringing some momentum to the stock. And on the other side, I see the stock also can even fall, as I said, 60% maybe more, to a valuation that I believe would be a fair valuation for this company of the future truck business and hydrogen and whatever they have there in their portfolio and website. So I believe you should be very aware. If you invest in Nikola today, you can lose 60% of your money or even more, or it can stay for a while, which can increase slightly. It all depends also on the whole market, guys. If the market is going further up, I can see this momentum of Tesla and Nikola and other companies just pulling this story up, and there's so much speculation traders right now that you should be very, very careful in this kind of games. But I wish you obviously the best always. If I don't like a stock, it doesn't mean that it's not the right stock for you. Maybe you are a very speculative person, but I believe that the real value in companies is long-term thinking, great management, showing people what it means to work very, very hard. I saw this in Tesla, and I hope you have some Tesla shares in your portfolio right now, because Tesla is absolutely showing everyone what it means to be the future company, any kind of industry combined, to deliver the absolutely best for a couple of years. And we see now the outbreak, now the results of many, many years of work. And stay tuned. I see you tomorrow.